What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and did you hear the bell? That means another day in the Market Watch. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So first off, we have Digimon from Starter Deck 14, alternate art. So the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because people are still buying it in these extremely high prices. There was actually a $400 sale, but you definitely see $350 is kind of where it's sitting at, where people are more comfortable to buy. The cheaper prices are not going to be seen probably ever. This card is extremely hard to pull, and I mean, most people want to have at least two of this card for their deck if they want a max rarity Digimon. So this card is going to be quite expensive. Then Starter Deck version 2. Nothing too crazy here on the Europe market. This one is looking a little bit cheaper, but kind of climbs up pretty quickly. But they're in the $250 range, or 250 euros. Kind of just expect that, right? Right. So stuff like that, really good to see. None other than Deltamon to talk about. This card did see a massive climb up back when the hit announcement towards the Ultimate Cup was restricting Black War Greymon X, but also when we got the announcement of the ban that's coming. So this triggered some spikes in its value, because most players are now just thinking of just using this to make it a little bit cheaper and just get there. So it's just something like that does add up. I mean, we're looking in the $13 range for it right now, but it is coming down just a little bit. So near mint foils, about the same price range, which is good to see when prices are kind of even like that. Europe side, though, let's take a look. €5 for the non-foil version, which isn't bad. It goes 5 to roughly €7, which isn't terrible, to be honest with you. So let's see what the foil version is looking like on the Europe side. It is going up as well. We're looking about $1 more for its counterpart. So definitely think that's €1 more is not terrible. So being like €6 to €8 range, I don't think that's a bad investment. If you guys are thinking of picking up Deltamons, it might be a good investment there. Now, X Antibody alternate art from the Starter Deck 14 Digimon Advanced deck. So let's take a look at it. It's going down, boys and girls. There's enough product to go around, but eventually this probably will exceed in some way, shape, or form. The art is really cool looking, I gotta say, but the pre-release is holding a little bit more by at least $12 more. But what I was seeing was there was nothing changing on that card. Like, people weren't buying it because they have this art. So to be honest with you, that probably is going to sit expensive, but people are not going to probably invest into it with the access to an alternate art. People do prefer those kind of things because sales do matter. And look, people are buying it left and right. Playsets, singles, you know, stuff like that starts showing up in the market. So let's look. It's dipping down on the Europe side, though. Looking like €4 to... holds a good chunk of it in the $5 range. In the €5 range. Goes up to 6, but there's a massive chunk in €5. Okay. So definitely see this as a €5 card. Not terrible. Then we have BL Star. So alternate art, double diamond. This card is still climbing up, boys and girls. Hype behind some of the content creators are pushing this deck to be one of the better decks of the format. And to be honest with you, it is a good deck. But like any of the times Bella Star is supposed to, or BL Star is supposed to be the deck to beat of the format, it does kind of flop because the deck is still option reliant, stuff like that. If you have multiple ways of protecting your Digimon, your opponent's in a bad spot, you know, there's just plenty of ways to Sundays to deal with what you have for a deck. And, you know, it just adds up pretty quickly. I mean, the deck is good, don't get me wrong, but it needs definitely more options. And then people are trying to go like, because of there was a weird Japanese announcement on saying that, like, if you had the tamer for Digimon DG Dimensions. You could cast it. That is not true because the way she is worded is that you may, when you play this card from hand, reduce its play cost for 1 for each 3 Musketeer Digimon card and option card with a memory cost 7 in your trash. On play, return 1 option card with a memory cost 7 from your trash to your hand, then use 1 option card with a memory cost 7 in your hand without paying its memory cost. The thing is that DG Dimension says it's on play. It's an 8 cost in hand, so if anybody tells you they can do that, they are wrong. 8 cost options in hand do not be a target because she can't even grab it from the trash. So she's not taking advantage of it in any capacity. So stuff like that is stuff to pick up on. The reason why other cards work is if the card says reduce this play cost in your hand, then she can target it as long as it reaches 7. If it reaches 5, she can't play it, anything like that. But stuff like that is just to pay attention to because sometimes players will try to cheat you out on that, especially when ruling posted incorrectly. And that's just because somebody emailed Bandai and they kind of just do this all the time where they screw up the rulings and then it gets really confusing. So it's not worth it. But looking at it now, we're kind of seeing like $80 range is kind of where she's going to sit hardcore. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, this is fine as long as you can see the photo. I think that's pretty acceptable. Lower sellers should probably pick up on this idea. I like that they are offering a picture because if you don't show the photo of the card, what is the point? You're not going to make any money off of it. Most people will avoid low-end sellers. But, hey, that's fine by me. Well, on the Europe side, though, for her alternate art, looking like 50 euros. Kind of a lot cheaper than us, but kind of spikes up to 60 euros quite quickly, which is nothing wrong with that. But going up by 56 euros are in the cells. So Demi Vmon is an Ultimate Cup card. I think this is actually a good time to pick this card up. A lot of people are dumping it because there's no more of this being played. But if you guys have been waiting for your playset pickup of Demi Vmons, this might be a good timing to do so, because this Digimon gains jamming and triggering draw 1. This card should be always competitively viable for any of the decks you think you're going to be playing Imperial Dramon with. So, or if they come out with more jamming S decks, this card is always going to be valued for it. So, might be a good time at the $14 range to pick it up, for sure. On the Europe side, let's take a look. They're kind of in the same range, in the 14 to 12 euro range. Okay. Caps off. It stops at 15 euros and then jumps into the 19 range pretty quick at that end mark there. But not terrible. Not terrible at all. Vmon from Classic Collection EX01. This card is going up. I mean, people are excited for All Force. All Force hype is a thing where, you know, we are playing for All Forces. And what do I mean by that? You know, Vmon is going to be when the Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain 1 memory. I mean, it has that value in it, that main phase unsuspend. Just gaining that memory. It's another combo piece. It's just value town there. EX1 going up a tad bit. $1, €1.54. Looking on the Europe market, we're looking at €1 to about €2 range, very comfortably. There is plenty of listings here, so nothing to worry about compared to us, where we're like a $2 card. Anniversary cards have been showing up, so Pokemon second anniversary. What's really interesting is you're going to probably expect a lot of people flooding the market with these things. There will be a base first play set that you get within 2 boxes, and then the second one will have a second play set basically in the other 2. Most people bought 4 boxes, giving them a full advantage of having 2 full play sets. So stuff like this is good to pick up on. I mean, this is an $8 card, and it looks like it's comfortably moving at that range very easily. It's going to probably come down by Friday once everybody has gotten all their product. And right now, I don't think investing into it is smart. Just wait until Friday, maybe even Saturday. Europe side looking like €7 to €8 range. Okay. Caps out to €9. One of these cards are going to be decently expensive, but nothing too crazy. They're not even that much different than us right now. Kumamon second anniversary from Frontiers. Let's take a look. It is spiking up just a tad bit. People are buying in the $13 range comfortably, and like $15 to $20 range has been picked up. So it's really interesting to see how that goes. That's not bad value, don't you think? Kumamon BT7 dipping down on the Europe side for itself, looking like a €6 to €8 card very comfortably. I think that's actually a pretty solid range for this card. I would pick it up in the €8 or $8 range if you can find it in that. Lonke Aristato. You know, this card is seeing some climb up on the pre-release a little bit. It's quite expensive, actually. It's still holding that $11 range we're selling, but now we're back into that $13, $15 range pretty quickly. Not many quantities, but this card is seeing some competitive play. So that's just how that goes. When it sees competitive play, it kind of goes up. Looking on the Europe side. Let's see. Looking like €5, €8 range, €9 range. Okay. I definitely see a €5 to €8 range is most of the stock. There is some listings here for €4.50, basically. Not a bad trade-off there. Rise Greymon X Antibody X Record pre-release. This card we're going to talk about did have a little bit of dip back in March, but now since people are being ridiculous and not thinking about the potential hit list once, you know, Shine Greymon, we get closer to BT13, expect there to be a hit because that deck's going to dominate at least 3 to 4 formats. And we know how Bandai operates now. They are going to hit problem decks. You only get like a couple weeks worth, and then everything starts falling apart. So this is something you got to keep on your radar. You could definitely make some money on people that are willing to buy in the $17 range kind of cap, but you know, there were maybe one seller that was crazy enough to buy in the 20, but outside of that, probably cap it at 17 and you'll probably see some sales. But right now it's quite expensive here. Most people are willing to pay even the $13 range though. Rise Greymon X Antibody is going up on the Europe side as well. It is a €7 card to €25. There is not many stocks left of this card, and it's getting bought out. Renamon Cross Encounter pre-release card. So why am I bringing this up, boys and girls? Well, this card has been seeing some buy-in. People have been buying this card quite frequently. I don't understand, but reveal the top 4 cards of the deck, add 1 option card with plug in his name and 1 yellow tamer among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. I think people are excited because of the alternate art plugins have been being shown off. So stuff like that does add up. But the deck is still not competitively viable in its current state. I mean, maybe Mulligan definitely gives it a little bit of help, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. We're looking not terrible. But $17, kind of just where you're sitting at. Europe side, let's take a look. Kind of dirt cheap still, but only a few quantities left. We're looking like €4 range to €5 range. Okay. Alderman from Next Adventure pre-release cards, $22. Still climbing up. Expect this to go up. There's nothing we can do about that. This card is just going to be quite expensive. Listings seem to be bought the moment they are low enough or people are willing to buy. So $28 was the last one sold, but it looks like people comfortably pick up in the 22. Alderman in Europe side. Let's see. Wow, all bought out basically. Only 4 copies left on the market, and then this disappears. And that's kind of sad. Mecha Galgamon. So Dimensional Phase pre-release card. We're looking like $9. Climbing up. Climbing up. Expect this to go up. There's not much quantities left on it. And that just seems like somebody can easily buy that out and make some decent headway and control and manipulate the market. BT11, let's take a look. On the Europe side, dirt cheap. Very dirt cheap. Expect this to be dirt cheap. It caps out at 5 right now, but, you know, people will buy into this later. Underworld's Calling from Double Diamond pre-release cards. This card is kind of going up a little bit. And what do I mean by that? Well, this card was being seen play for the purple only tournaments, and if there are future ones like this, you probably want to have your play set, and I wouldn't be surprised if this holds value for that long period of time. It has a second page. Let's see where the crazies are at. They are at $40 crazy. Got it. Looking at it now, someone was crazy enough to buy it at $30. I'm sorry for you. Europe side, we're looking like we have just €1 to €2 range. Okay, 80 euros. We are on crazy territory now. I'll just say, just purple cups is really what made this card go up. Matt Ishida double diamond pre-release card. So this is on the basis theory that with players thinking that Cool Boy was going to get hit, and I mean even content creators like myself push for it to be hit. With that hit, we have just stuff like that. Pay attention to it. I mean, Matt Ishida getting hit, Cool Boy getting hit would have changed things up, but with their plans of releasing more Cool Boy stuff, it just happens. So Matt Ishida is just a good replacement if Cool Boy ever gets hit. And you know what? Because you have a way of playing Matt Ishidas now with, the new starter decks that come out basically closer to November range, expect that some value there, like October, November. So Matt's not terrible. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. Europe side though, looking like a just €2 card. Definitely dirt cheap. Kind of caps out at €4. Highest number is about 5. So not bad for the market this week. Let me know if I missed any cards down in the comment. Definitely keeps me informed, especially since I do 2 market watches a week. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!